Super sparkly sequined surprises. Try saying that 3 times. I learned about this fun two-sided sequin fabric to add sparkle and magic to my cards recently, and I'm sharing the fun with you in this video. Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and every second Saturday of the month there are free classes to learn from at Crafter's Classroom. You can buy a kit for each class if you want to, and that way you have the materials to make the cards that they're showing. And I was intrigued by the two-sided sequin material from Inky Antics kit and class in July, so I bought it. Inky Antics has a whole section on their website called Flipping Fun Sequin Collections, and they sell stamps like this one with this mermaid with this open here for this two-sided sequin fabric, and they sell the fabric and they sell the dies, and this is a card that we made in the class, although I did use their fabric on another card I wanted to send out right away. So I found some on Amazon. The reason I went to Amazon rather than buy it at Inky Antic is that their pieces will make, I think, 4 to 6 cards, and I wanted to make a bunch. So I went to Amazon and bought some of this sequin material there. And I will show you that this is the first ones I got. So we have this pretty aqua blue, and then when you put your fingers and move them up, in this case you get a pretty purple. So you can see how the aqua blue changes to purple. Now the material, the sequin material at Inky Antics was very high quality, and if you just want to do a few cards, I recommend theirs highly. But I wanted to make a bunch, so I went and bought this one, and I will be honest and say that this first one here is not as high quality as others that I later purchased and at Inky Antics. The reason is, well, this would be fun for someone. There's a lot of extra material that was seen there. It's just not as good a quality, but I still like the card that I made. This is one of the stamp sets that you can purchase there, and I'm sure whoever gets this card is going to love it no matter what. Here's another one that I made with that same one, and all the details on all the cards that you see will be on my blog, and links to the blog posts are in the description box, and there's also links there to Inky Antics products and to the ones that I found on Amazon that I do recommend. So this is another card that I made with that same aqua blue that changes into purple. Then I did a little more searching, and I found some that had all sorts of different colors and are higher quality. So this red here is perfect for Christmas cards. Look what happens when we put our fingers on this one. You get a beautiful gold, and again, this is just, you can just tell by feeling and looking at it, this is a better quality one. So this is the one that I have a link to, and it has many colors, and I decided to go with the red and the gold for one of them, and I made a really pretty Christmas card with that. And then of course you don't have to make Christmas cards, but I'm starting to think about them. Right now everybody's doing Christmas in July, so I also made this one, and again, if you just rub your finger on here, isn't that cool? I just think that it's just the neatest look. I could make it all gold if I wanted and have them, but then the fun of it, of course, is to go back down, make it red, and then make it gold and make it red, and I think this is very fun to play with. But my favorite of the ones that I got from Amazon is a rainbow, and it has silver on the other side. Now I sent a card to my grandson, and it was a balloon, and he wanted to use his fingers to make letters in it. So I decided this one, the whole card front is that rainbow material, and as you can see, I was able to put hi in that, you know, a message, a secret message, and then of course you can just rub your fingers and it goes away, and you have this beautiful rainbow. I mean, even that is a pretty card. But when you can do this, let's say I want to do N for my other grandson, I can do Anyway, so there is an N, and then you can make it go away. So this material is just super fun, and I had great fun making all of these cards. All you really need, besides the two-sided fabric with sequins, to make one of these cards is a die with an opening. So in this case, I bought a new die, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute, and it's from Gemini, and it's this pretty floral. This is a semicircle, and this is another one that goes together, and you just need an opening, and then you put the fabric in, you attach it, and then you have a beautiful card. Now, as you saw in that first card I showed you, you can also use a stamp. If you have a stamp and you can cut out parts of it, just all you need really is an opening, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And then you put the material behind it, and you have a very cool card. And I'm going to show you a version of this one, which with my favorite rainbow fabric. So this is sticking. Okay. This is the die that I just purchased that I'm going to use today. It's the Gemini Spring Blooms Create a Card from Crafter's Companion, and it makes a really pretty aperture here, opening, with half floral and then half of the other side of the circle. But if you want to, you can make it this way, but you can make two sides with the flowers, or two sides with just the kind of plain side, but it has strings or pieces in there. It's just a very cool look. So any one of those would make a neat circle, but I'm going to go ahead and do it as you see here, which is the flowers on one side and the other side of the circle on the right. These are the pieces that you get. You get 4 different flowers with this, and then you get the 2 pieces to make the circle. And I am going to show you that you can't really put the 2 pieces on at the same time because then they don't line up properly. So we're going to run this side through my die cutting machine, which has to be off camera because it's too big. And then I'm going to do this side and show you how this die set works. So that is the right side. And then we take this piece, which has these little pieces which line up with this up here. And then you have to have, this has to connect in the bottom, and this on the top. And this isn't real picky. I mean, as long as these 2 lines meet up, and those are fairly close, as I show you, I'm going to have to trim a little bit to get that top to work anyway. I have some other pieces that I've gotten ready here. 3 of the flowers from that die set are already cut. And I'm going to put a sentiment on from Sue Wilson for someone special. So the inside of this will fall out, and we have the circle. These pieces here might need a little help to be trimmed to come out, but just a snip or 2, and that is out. These flowers here can be lifted up to show what's underneath it. I'm going to emboss it first, but all of these flowers here have petals that can be lifted up for more dimension. I'm not a big fan on plain white on my cards. I just don't care for it. So I am going to emboss this with a 3D angled mosaic embossing folder. So this part around here has more dimension, and I have done that. So you can see these flowers here are ready to go, and I put some red circled gems on there. I'm using the round jewel dazzles and the silver jewel dazzles from Paper Wishes for on the inside of all my flowers. And this is going to be red and white with a little bit of silver, except for the rainbow, which is going to be the star of the show. So this is ready to go. It has been embossed. Our flowers are ready to go. And on the back, I have applied a good strong two-sided tape. I use the one from Tonic, the red liner tape. And you're going to want to put some good strong tape fairly close to the edge of your opening. So for all of these cards, you do need some kind of aperture or opening where you're going to see the fabric, and you're going to apply the fabric from the back of the card. And so I am going to take the top off as soon as I can get an end on there, of 3 sides. If I can just get it started. But I'm going to leave the bottom one intact right now with the cover, just to get it started. I have cut a piece of the rainbow two-sided sequin material a little bit larger than the opening. You're always going to want the sequins to be going down, because then you're going to use your finger to move them up. You want to have the top, this be the top, and I'm going to attach it to that piece of strong two-sided tape along the top, and you pull it so it is as taut as you can get it. So I'm pulling it, and I'm trying to get it as tight and taut as possible. And then the same on this side, although the sequins wanted to come up, but okay. And then I'm just going to test it out here, and other than the bottom, which isn't attached yet, it appears to be pretty good and tight. And then I'm going to remove the liner on this piece. Sometimes that's the hardest to do, even with a pokey. And then I'm going to pull this nice and tight and just attach that. And then take a look at it, and it seems to be good and tight in the area that is the circle. What I like to do then is just take some regular tape and just tape that down just to reinforce those edges. I have some neighbors having a very loud pool party next door. I don't know if that sound comes through, but if you're hearing some yelling, that is a pool party next door. Now I have already attached a little bit of the skinny two-sided tape on some of those sides. I wasn't sure how much room I would have, so I waited till now to attach it over here. So you can see it's really simple to work with. It's just a matter of having an opening, putting some tape around, pulling it tight, and attaching it. So I have a red square card ready to go, and this is going to be attached on there with a little bit of a border. Doesn't want to get off my fingers. So again, you want your colored sequins to be going down. I am going to stand up to try to get this with an even border, hopefully. Not really, but close. I'll probably trim that right side off just a little bit. Get that a little more even on the top. But for now, that is done. I have some flowers that I have cut out with that same die set. Then are going to go up there, and I put easy cut adhesive on the back of this sentiment for someone special, which could of course be used for birthday or thank you or any occasion, which is one of the reasons why I like it. And I'm going to, it's hard to get it to stay on that embossing, so I put that easy cut adhesive on the back, which means it's going to stick perfectly for someone special. And then I have some glue dots for my flowers. One, two, three. Again, that side is a little bit off, but we can get that trimmed down to make that a little more even. We have that pretty die cut opening with flowers along the right side and a couple flowers there and a fun sentiment. If I wanted to, I could take a pokey or some type of tool, and each one of these flower petals can be raised for a little more dimension, which is a fun thing to do. And you can even kind of see under them to see more of the rainbow, which I will do. I could also raise these if I wanted to, which is a real fun thing on this die cut set. We have that beautiful rainbow of color underneath the opening, and then I can use my fingers and just get a swirl of silver there, which just looks so cool. And then you just use your fingers and put it down, and you can do it time and time again, which I think, depending on who gets this, will be done. I had so much fun making these sequin surprise cards, and I hope they encourage you to give some of the products and ideas a try, and then send your handmade joy out into the world. Watch the next video for some more card making ideas, and have a creative, joyful week.